I'm not putting black men down, but sometimes it's like, well, some of you Kevin Samuels following Tariq Nasheed quoting people, please look at the truth and see what's happening and get in line with some of the black women. Is majority, like he said, vote Democrat.
How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about the Democratic candidate for governor down there in Georgia, Stacey Abrams, attacking black men yet again. Now, what you just saw was now former MSNBC host Tiffany Cross attacking black men, talking about, hey, y'all following all this weird stuff with Kevin Samuels and Tariq Nasheed, all this stuff on YouTube. Don't worry about that. Just get in line with the black woman. Just get in line, do what we say, and vote Democrat. No, we're not going to bring anything to the table. No, we're not really going to campaign for your vote the way that everybody else does. We're not going to do that. Just vote Democrat and shut up about it. Get in line with the black women who vote Democrat 95, almost 100% of the time. Unfortunately, shout out to all the black women who don't vote Democrat, who are off the Democrat plantation. And shout out to the black men who don't vote Democrat as well, who think for yourselves. Unfortunately, there's far too many of us who vote Democrat and we don't really ask for anything in return. So therefore, these people like your Tiffany Cross and your Stacey Abrams feel like the vote is entitled to them. Now, before I go any further into it, let's play what Stacey Abrams said.
And I do not believe it's because of a deep well of enthusiasm for my opponent. We know that black voters are often discounted. And unfortunately, this year, black men have been a very targeted population for misinformation, not misinformation about what they want, but about why they want what they deserve. And my campaign has been the only one that has very intentionally, thoughtfully, and consistently reached out. That has been misconstrued as concern when it indeed is just respect.
There's so much there. Okay, first of all, first things first. Misinformation, is that what it is? When you say something like that, you act like we're just dumb and we are believing whatever we're told. If that's the case, then why didn't that work the last time we voted for you? Because you got to understand, there's been a dramatic drop off in the black male vote for Stacey Abrams. I think it was over 90% last time or close to it. Now it's dipped down into the 80s or the low 80s. I think she's at 80% for black men, but it may have been over 90% at one point or close to it. If y'all know the exact numbers, y'all let me know in the comments, but I know there's been a drop off. For black women, it's pretty much been the same. It's not really been much of a change. It's been right around the same, like 94, 95%, which is very high. Now, the reason why that particular thing matters is because Georgia is 33% black, if I'm not mistaken. The entire state, not just Atlanta. Atlanta, obviously, is probably majority black, at least in the city limits. But Georgia itself is 33% black, which is very high. It's much higher than the 12 or 13% population we have in the entire USA. So the black vote means a lot. And in order for Stacey Abrams to win, she's going to need all that black vote. She's going to need every single vote she can. So 90% is not enough. And she's not done anything to get the vote. Let me come back here so you can see me clearly. She's not done a thing to really get the vote. Well, I'll take that back. I got to retract that statement. She's been trying a little bit. She put out this plan. I did a video about that, her outreach to black men. It was so corny. There was a picture of her and two black men. One guy was kiki and hollering and just like, she told the funniest joke ever. Like she's Dave Chappelle, Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, George Carlin, all these guys wrapped into one. He was having a fit. And then it was in front of this monitor that said black men for Stacey Abrams. Never have I ever seen that shirt worn anywhere in the state of Georgia. I'm in Atlanta all the time and the surrounding areas. I've never seen that before in my entire life. But different story, I digress. The whole point is that she had a page on the website dedicated to quote unquote black male issues. All of the things on there weren't really about black men specifically. And some of the things on there were kind of insulting, talking about, oh, well, if you make $9 an hour, you're able to get minimum wage, Medicare or something, some kind of benefit you'll be able to get if you're super low income. But you got to understand, if I'm voting for you if I voted for you in 2018 and now in 2022, I'm not going to vote for you, there's a reason. There's an intellectual reason. So if I'm using intellectual reasoning to change my vote from left to right or from left to something else, I'm probably going to make more than $9 an hour. It was very insulting what she was talking about there. Okay. And there is a concern. She says there's no concern. It's just respect. No, there is concern. You saw the poll numbers. They were lower than they were before. So now you're doing things you did not do before. Why didn't you do it in 2018? It's about respect. It's not about respect. It's about you trying to recapture those votes to be able to win Georgia. And the things you're talking about right now, in my humble opinion, do not represent the best interests of your constituents or potential constituents in the state of Georgia. All right. So that's the reason why you're not doing very well. And like I was saying earlier, whatever happened to actually just trying to campaign and get the vote that way? Whatever happened to that? Everybody else does that. Everybody else goes places. Shout out to Killer Mike. Killer Mike said on Charlemagne's show that Brian Kemp actually went through he actually went places where Stacey Abrams was not going. And he was saying, hey, if y'all want a tip on how to try to gain more of the black male vote, how to really outreach rather than that website, added that last part I know myself. But anyway, if you want to look at a good way to outreach, look at what Brian Kemp has been doing. He went down to King Randall School in Georgia. The X for Boys. He went down there, visited that. Has Stacey Abrams been there? I'm not really sure about that. It doesn't matter if King Randall is conservative or not. You got to reach across the aisle. You got to reach over to these guys and see if whatever you bring to the table is worth them switching their vote from right to left. You got to do that. And if you're not doing that, then you're just playing games. Now, there's another video here on MSNBC yet again. And I don't know at this point what MSNBC stands for. Does the MS and MSNBC stand for misandrist, meaning you have a hatred and some kind of negative viewpoint about men? If that's not the case, then I can't tell. But here is former mayor of Atlanta, Keisha Lance Bottoms, another black woman attacking black men again, rather than campaigning, rather than saying, hey, we have this for you, we have that for you, we have the third for you. You just want to attack and shame and guilt us into voting for Democrats. That's not going to work too much anymore. Let's roll the clip. And shout out to the LGBTQ elemental P black man right there. I forget his name, Jonathan something. He's married to a white man. Just for context, nothing against LGBTs.
Mayor Bottoms, I picked up on that because I'm just wondering, Stacey Abrams' focus on the misinformation that's being targeted at black men. And it makes me wonder, is she not getting the black support she needs in her race against Brian Kemp?
Listen, Jonathan, I think that Stacey is spot on with that. I listen as my kids watch NBA highlights and whatever else they watch on YouTube. I hear the misinformation being piped in. My 12-year-old, my 14-year-old son, my 20-year-old is getting it. So there is definitely a target toward African-American men.
Mayor Bottoms, I picked up on that because...
So, I mean, again, it's like you're just saying there's misinformation out there. And my question would be, what is misinformation? What things are being said by, I guess, maybe guys like me, since I'm on YouTube, right? I'm getting a few strays here. I'm a YouTuber pushing misinformation. Okay, what did I say that's false? And you know what? You know, it'd be a great thing as I close. Let's have all these MSNBC commentators, your Jonathan K. Parts of the world, who was just right there on the left-hand side of the screen, the LGBT black man, the former mayor of Atlanta, Keisha Lance Bottoms. Let's have the now ousted MSNBC host, Tiffany Cross, and then let's have the Georgia governor candidate, Stacey Abrams, come to the table, and let's have a round table. Let's have a round table and bring guys like me there. Bring some lefties there. Bring guys that you're trying to get to vote for you or to see things your way. Bring us there and ask us questions. And we ask you questions, and then we answer them. We have a peaceful, honest, and healthy dialogue rather than just attacking, making accusations without much basis for them. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? How do you feel about Stacey Abrams attacking black men yet again? But not only her, but the entire MSNBC, Jonathan Capehart, Keisha Lance Bottoms, Tiffany Cross, even probably Joy Reid and everybody else too. Why attack us? Why not reach out to us? Ask us what the issues are. Ask us why we're not going to vote for you right now. Ask us why we are conservative. Ask us why we're disillusioned. Ask us why. Figure out a solution rather than just saying, oh, it's misinformation. They don't know what they're talking about. They're being blinded. Don't do that. Treat us like we have brains in our head. Treat us like you actually deserve to get our vote rather than being entitled to the vote. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.